this does something with me, with my brain and the way I think, this kind of puzzle, right? I really, really enjoy this. Hey everyone, this is Thecos, and today I got something really exciting for you. Today I will play through Night Sky Explorers by Łukasz Szopka. I hope I pronounced that kind of correctly. This is by Lucrum Studio originally. I think it's a Polish game. But this has an international release as well. And I think it's called Star Explorers by BoardGameGeek Games. I still have the original. That's the copy that I got last year at the Spiel in Essen. And I think until today, this was one of my best purchases last year. Looking forward to showing that to you. It's a flip and write, and probably one of my most favorite flip and writes, actually. All right, before we get started, as usual, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. All right. There we go. All right, I will not do a montage for setup this time because the setup is very simple. Here you see, by the way, for the here you have like the original name. I will not try to pronounce it now, but they have like the sleeve here with the English text, right? So I think here on the back it's also then in Polish. Here it is. Yeah, Polish. Here you see here, lucrumgames.pl. So this is a game for 1 to 5 players. 30 minutes, ages 8 and up. And 1 to 5 players, this is only limited by the player boards because you play at the same time. All right, let me open this guy up here. I think I would love to have an autograph for that because that's a game I'm definitely keeping. All right, so let's put all of that aside. So I will play the solo mode today. Oh, by the way, these pens here, I did replace the original pens because they weren't like the best pens. And then I got these, and these also aren't the best. So this one here already doesn't work. I just used it for like 3 minutes. Doesn't work anymore. So now I'm going to use this one and hope this still works. It worked last time. I will have to go through a few pens. I just need to find good whiteboard markers because yes, we need white markers here. This is a little bit dirty. So I will play the solo mode today. The solo mode has only, I think, like 2 differences to the multiplayer mode. One of them is that in the multiplayer mode, you take turns choosing a constellation card. You will learn in a minute what that means. In the solo mode, you take turns, like one time you choose a random one, the other one you can choose one that you want. And the other difference is in a multiplayer game, of course, you try to be the player with the most points. In a solo game, you're just trying to it's kind of a beat your own score kind of thing. You have a table where you are trying to see how well you did. But the process is very, very fun. I usually don't like beat your own score games this much, but this one here is really good. So it's unfortunately you can see the camera a little bit here. But I might be able to remedy that. Let me just put that aside here. I think, with this, it works a little bit better. All right, so we don't need the first player card. We start by choosing one random of these starting cards, right? So I will just look away. Just believe me, I will shuffle them and just pick the bottom one. Okay, the pink one. Sure, the other one you will put aside. The setup is, by the way, the same for solo and multiplayer games, right? And then you take one random 5 constellation card, one random 6 constellation card, 2 random 7 constellation cards, 1 random 8, 1 random 9, and 1 random 10. All the other cards you don't need. That is already the entire setup. That's all you need, right? So what I will do, like in most playthrough videos that I do, I will give you a rough overview over how this game is played, and then I will actually just play the game and explain the rest as we go. Our goal in this game is to get as many points as we can. We get points by drawing constellations and using specific star colors that the current constellation denotes. For that we get points, and then we also get points if we always can draw the entire constellation. Whenever we cannot draw the entire, where we have fading stars, so to speak, we need to cross off these stars and get less points. And then also at the end we get points for stars we have drawn around the sun. Lines of the constellation we have drawn across this line here in the middle. And also stars you have the entire sky, night sky here, and there are always 3 stars here on the edges. These also give more points. Each of those gives 3 points. Each line above the The line here gives 2 points, and each star around the sun gives 1 point at the end of the game. But the good thing is, once you know that, it's very easy to remember, because the player board tells you all of that, right? It tells you like you get 3 points, 3 things per round in terms of points. You have these stars and you have these at the end. That is it. That is our goal. And I think with that, we can already start playing. Now, how to draw constellations, I will show you while we play. So in a multiplayer game, you would now just, like one player would start, the starting player, with the starting player card would choose one constellation. And the constellation, all you know about the constellations when you look here are 3 things. You know how many stars are part of the constellation that you have to draw here, right? You also know which star color is the constellation wants you to include in the constellation, and also how many points these stars get. That will all make a bit more sense in just a moment. In the first round in a solo game, you just shuffle up the cards and then you draw a random one from the bottom. Here, the 8, right? The rest you put aside, and then we turn the constellation card over and put it right here like this. So we see these both stars, that's important, and the constellation Aquila, which is eagle. So, and now we see our sky here, and you see that this is the shape we have to draw. We can rotate the shape like we want to, right? But we cannot flip it. So that is very important to know. So, and now I get points at the end of the round, like when I have drawn my constellation. For each pink star that is included, 1 point per pink star, 1 point per yellow star that is included, and 2 points, that the combination, the addition, the sum of both, for each line that goes from a pink to yellow or the other way around. Right? So now let's see that we include as many of these as possible. Also remember, these stars around the sun, the one at the edges, and lines above this line here are very important as well. So let's see what we can do. We need to draw the entire constellation if possible. Like here would be kind of nice, right? We could draw here, and then we could go there. That would be kind of okay. But going one more up would be perfect. Then we would not cross the line here, but we would have a lot of points we could get, I think. Yeah, I think that would make sense. So let me do that. So I could also like rotate it, right? But I will try to stay a little bit on the right. I will show you in a moment why. So let me just draw this line right here. This pen isn't that great. I hope you can see it on camera. I think it's kind of hard to see, right? Oh, if I angled it like this, it would be a little bit easier. So that was a pretty rough transition, right? But I actually put this on something that it's angled a little bit, so you can see my lines better. Also, I took another pen that is brighter, so now you can like see my pen here pretty well. I hope my line, right? That should be okay. All right, so let's continue. I'm actually drawing our eagle here, the Aquila. So then from this line we go up here and there, and here we go there and there, right? Like this. Okay. So I've now drawn this, and what I now do is, I always have to like make them a little bit thicker. And what I now do is, now I see now I count how many pink stars I have, right? In this constellation. That's 2. 2 pink stars, each one gets 1 point. That's 2 points right there. Then I do the same for the yellow ones. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Not too bad. 4 stars. That's pretty good, right? This is a 8 constellation, and I got 6 stars of the ones that I needed. That's pretty good. And now I count all the lines from pink to yellow. I have 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those lines times 2. That's 8 points. That's pretty good. That is for round 1, 14 points. And now we continue that for 5 more rounds. And now there's like the big thing about this game. Now we take this and we rotate it. We rotate the night sky to the 2 up here, right? You see the Roman numeral 2. And now we do exactly the same thing. We now push this card up here. That is now the top card. And now we can choose one card that we want to draw. I do have quite a bit of room. So let's take one of the higher ones, maybe a 9. There are quite a few blue ones here as well, right? So let's take the 9 and we put it right here, Andromeda. Okay, so let's try to to put that in here. So let's see where we can put this. We need yellow and blue stars mainly. Okay. Yeah, oh, look at these 3 here and then 2 down. Ooh, but I can't go here. So each of these, there are like several rules how you can draw in here, but one of them is that you can only draw on stars you can fully see here, right? So I couldn't draw on that blue one down here that you only see a little bit. And also stars only belong to one constellation. So if I drew this constellation here and drew here another line to a star there, that wouldn't work, because now then I would have connected the 2 constellations. That is not okay. But actually, this is like a really good, this like would give me a lot of points, I think, if I did it this way. But that would mean that I would be missing 1 star, because you can also just leave out a star from a constellation, like this, for example, right? That's a fading star, but then you would have to cross off one of these stars, and these are like 3 points, worth 3 points. So let me see what else we can do. Can we somehow get a few of these stars here? I could also do it like this. I need to connect yellow and blue. Here, this one wouldn't work either because I can't draw on the sun, of course, right? I couldn't do it here. I wanted to draw it here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So let me draw it like this here. And then we go here. Then we go 2 here. And down here. It's definitely not perfect, but it's serviceable. I can work with that. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3 yellow stars. We have how many blue stars? 1. Just 1. Like this. And then the connection of both I have twice. That's 2 times 2, that's 4 points. That is definitely not perfect, that's 8 points, but I mean, okay, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Well, okay, and then, same thing again, we go to round number 3. So that's cool, because every time you rotate the night sky here, right, you see that there's always like parts of the old constellations here. That means, like the more you actually draw, the wider you draw, the more you have it like on your current night sky, which is very interesting. I really like this concept quite a lot. All right, so then we put these together. So now I have to choose like one random again. Let me just shuffle these up and take one from the bottom. That's the 7. All right, that's one of the 7s. There are 2 actually. That is Monoceros, some kind of unicorn. Okay, I'm taking another pen again. Yeah, this one works for now. Okay, so how do we draw this in here? We want yellow. We have quite a lot of yellows here. Look at this. Ooh, this could actually be pretty decent. I think I will go here. So 1, 2, 3. Then here and there, right? And then here and there. That's it. Yeah, that is it. Okay, so blues, we have 1, 2. The yellows are worth 4, right? Are worth 2 each, I mean. That's 2, 4, that's 6 points. And the combination of both is 3 points. So we have one of those here, only 1. That's 3 points, so we are at 11 here. Okay. Then off to the next round. Round number 4 of 6. And you see, like, oops, I wiped that off. You see, I'm talking a lot, right? But this game actually plays like really quick. All right, so now I can choose a card again. We have a bit of room. I could take the 7 maybe. The 10 is not going to be a good idea. Let's take the 7 also because I have a lot of pink stars here. The Lyra. So let's see if we can like get a lot of those. That would be kind of cool. Maybe if I rotate it like this, plus a combination, plus a connection here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's do that. So here, there, up here, there, there, and there. Like this. That would be it. That's one yellow star, that's 2 points. I have 3 pink stars, that's 6 points. And 1 connection, that's 4 points. That's 12 points. That is okay. That could be worse. All right, round number 5. And it's a very, very, well, what I just wanted to say, it's a very quick playing game, right? You can play this, in, like, if you know how it works, you can play this in 20 minutes. It's really cool. By the way, don't wonder, right? This is like Kingdom Legacy, Feudal Kingdom. I'm still, I'm planning actually a playthrough on my channel for that. I'm just using that to keep this in place here. All right, so now we have to draw one randomly. Let me just shuffle up these cards and then draw one from the bottom. 6, okay. Almost no white stars. So now you see we have an issue here, right? We have one constellation here, we have one here. So we almost have no room. Dorado, okay. We have the fish here. So let's see where we can put this. This would be kind of cool to have it around the sun somehow, right? I could go here and here, but then I can't. Oh no, I can't go there. I can not do anything here. Yeah, I'm way too restricted. I have to do this. I have to go up here like this. I really don't like this. But it's what I have to do. So we go here. Then there. 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 And then this triangle here. Okay. Let me just make this a little bit more visible. Like this. Okay, yeah, that kind of worked, but oh, we got almost no points, right? 1 pink star, that's 2 points. And white stars, I got 0, and also no connection, that's only 2 points. Oh, that's really bad. But I have no idea what else I should have done, right? What I could have done. Well, alright, now we go to the last round, round number 6, and you see, like, my entire night sky is, like, really full here. There's almost no room at all. But at least I can choose, and I would definitely not choose the 5. I would not choose the 10. I would choose the 5. We got the Corona Borealis, the crown here. Okay, that is a shape that I could actually kind of get in here. So it's like kind of a U. So I can go around the sun like this here. I need white. I could get 1 white here. What if I want this white? Oh, that's actually a good idea. I think I will go here like this. There. These pens are so stupid. These are not the original pens, as I said, right? But the original pens also don't write anymore. So, as you can see, so now, here, there, right? And then, like if I do it like this, you see like here, and this here I can go because there's another constellation. So there's 1 star that I cannot do, so I have to just exit out, right? But apart from that, I got it. So now for each white star, I get 4 points, right? 2 and 2. So I have 3 white stars. That is like 2 points for each of them. That's 6. And then another 2 points for each of them. That's another 6. And then the connection, I have 2. 2 times 4, that's 8 points. That's actually really good. So I lost 3, but I also gained like 6 of 20 points. That's a lot. That was a nice combination here. Like this. Alright, and now we do the endgame story. And the endgame story is pretty cool because we just take out the disk here. And you see like the entire night sky here, right? Let me just put it right here. Actually, let me do it differently. Let me do it like this, that you see the night sky angled. Give me just a moment. Like this. And here I will put the points. Okay, so let's just see. Now we count all stars around the sun that I have used. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 times 1, so that's 4 points, right? Then we count all the lines that I have like crossed here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad. 5 times 2, that's 10. And then I count all the stars here. 0, 1, and another one, 2. 2 times 3, that's 6. So now we just put this here on the right. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, that's 18 here. Then here we have 22, 33, 45, 47, 67, if I'm not mistaken. And here we have 20, like this. So now we count all of that up. That means we are now at 105. Is that correct? 80, 90, 98. Yeah, that's a 105 points. That is not too bad, I think. So let us now check in the rule book over here. There is a score here for the solo mode. And you see like less than 50, I don't know if you can see it, less than 50 is astronomy enthusiast, that's like the worst score. Then novice astronomer, 51 to 90, and 91 to 130, where we are, is night sky expert. All right, but it's only rank 3, right? 131 to 150 points. I have no idea how you would get that. It's night sky explorer, which is the name of the game, and 151 plus, which kind of reminds me of Pokemon, a worthy successor to Copernicus. Very, very cool. So this is, this is like my score. So rank 3 or 5, that is kind of okay. And I think I've never been higher than that. I've never reached rank 1 or 2, which is kind of tough, right? But that is how you play the game Night Sky Explorers by Lukasz Shotka. A game I really, really enjoy. I really like this game. I think it's just a great design. It's one of my most favorite flip and writes. It is like very nice. Like what I really like is the aesthetic here, right? You see like the entire night sky that you have drawn in here. I think that is amazing. It's also cool to see what others are drawing. The puzzle is very engaging because you always like turn the night sky and other constellations will be in the way. And it's like really fun to puzzle that together. So that is amazing. Also, the Solomon works very well. Of course, it's just a score hunt, but just like puzzling this, this does something with me, with my brain and the way I think. This kind of puzzle, right? I really, really enjoy this. This is very satisfying. One thing that is not perfect, it's just the luck factor, right? Because these are all, I think these are all unique constellations, or at least they're all different. So if you look at the five constellations here, these are all unique, which is very cool. But they're also like very different shapes. This one is like very wide, right? And this one is much smaller. So some of them are like easier to fit in your night sky, and some of them are harder to fit. And if especially in a multiplayer game, if you're unlucky, then you get like a constellation you can hardly fit anywhere. But if you are lucky, then you can actually get a constellation you can fit in your night sky like really well. So this game is like very luck based, right? But I mean, it's not a very competitive game, right? You're just drawing like constellations. You try to like do that as well as you can. So that is not a huge negative for me, but it's like something you should know in case you're interested in picking this up. If you want to pick this up, you will not be able to get this version most likely, because that's the original version. I think at least the original one that I got at Essen at the Spiel last year. The new version by Queen Games is called Star Explorers, right? That's the one you would then get. And one more thing before we end this here, because I like this game so much. It is not perfect. It is definitely not perfect, right? But it is like a very, very great design. It's something that is completely different from everything else I have in my collection. I really like playing this also solo, and this is why this is getting the Silver Sir Thecos Ace of Games Award. It's not quite enough for the gold one, like for the reasons that I've said already, right? But it's a very, very solid design, and I would love to have this revisited. Maybe, I don't know, with like more expansions and stuff. That would be like one big thing. To like have like more longevity, to have like expansions and whatever. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, it's a very, very fun game. I really like this as well. I just have to like find like some pins that actually work really well, because these ones don't really do. Like on camera, it actually looks better than it does in real life. So yeah, that's like one issue, but at some point I will find the right markers. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for staying to the very end. As usual, I would like to thank you all for your support, especially when I give a shout out to my generous patrons. The biggest thanks go out to Thecos for supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. You can also support me by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, support me on Patreon, and joining my Discord server to hang out with me and my really, truly amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and cheers. Bye.